Welcome to UC Today with me, David Dungay. I have with me today CEO of SCB Global, Saif Ahmed. Welcome to the show, Saif. How are you today?
Hi there. I'm great. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. We're going to be talking about Microsoft Teams and in particular a little bit around the integration and direct routing element of that platform. Before we get into that though, Saif, can you tell our viewers who might not be familiar with SCB Global who you are and what you do?
Yeah, SCB Global, the company originally started with Zamir Telecom back in 2004. And back then we were doing wholesale voice over IP routing to many parts of the world. So we have a very much a global in heritage from the beginning. But since 2013, we focused in providing voice and SIP and back then, it was called Link and then Skype for Business. But over time, that became, of course, Microsoft Teams. So since 2018, we've been very focused in providing our solutions and voice solutions only in Microsoft Teams. And since then, we've added many other features apart from voice, which we'll talk about.
Yeah. So Microsoft Teams, the platform everyone is talking about. But tell us, how has this platform altered or changed the collaboration landscape for you, particularly over the last couple of years?
Yeah, we all know that it's got more than 250 million daily active users, but majority of those users, they're using just the basic functions of Teams to conference or to make audio calls. But SCB has provided far more additional features and benefits that especially the enterprise and the mid-market can benefit from. So things like contact center features, SMS, fax, call recording, compliant call recording, and of course the direct routing to more than 182 countries around the world. So those features are very much enhancements that any enterprise could take benefit from.
Yeah, and clearly a lot of integration opportunities, if you like. Tell us, when it comes to integrations with Teams, though, are all integrations born equal? And SCB, you're specialist in native integration. Can you tell us maybe a little bit about what that is as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Natively integrated means that we are running all of our services and connections out of Microsoft Azure and data locations throughout the world. We've got at least 12 POPs that we make use of, from 2 in US, 2 in Europe, 2 in Asia Pac, and there are other couple of ones dotted around. So what that means is that there'll be total redundancy and resilience offered by Azure. So as long as Azure is running, SCB will be running. And because we do not use any third-party connectors, there are no additional hops, lags, or problems to solve. So we are very much running our services just like Teams is within Teams and next to Teams in the same data center.
You mentioned direct routing as well, another service you offer. And there's a lot of information on direct routing out there in the market. From a customer point of view, I mean, is the noise around direct routing, is it a bit confusing for some of those customers?
Yeah, I think it's very much voice centric, whereas really we need to go beyond the voice. So, people have had access to voice all these years, but now we have so many other collaboration tools, messaging, video, and many other ways to collaborate for the remote workers, for the office workers, for the hybrid workers. And like ourselves, we have teams around the world that actually only rely on Teams to collaborate and get through our daily workspace, if you like, to provide services to our customers. So the other thing, of course, is that we're providing that as Microsoft Gold partner, and we are also advanced specialization within at least 3 categories around Teams given by Microsoft, because they trust us and see us as a very specialist provider in those areas. So for those reasons, there's a lot more to direct routing that I think a lot of customers don't necessarily look into in detail and possibly overlook.
We keep talking about beyond. I'm really interested in the next phase of evolution in the market. Some people are calling this comms 4.0. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, actually, it was SCB that came up with the terminology comms 4.0. And the reason why is because the very first communication tool that we had in an electronic format anyway was the analog line, that's comms1. Then we had ISDN, a great advanced leap back then for 2 decades at least. That was ISDN. Then we quickly moved on to SIP, which was called Next Gen or Next Gen Voice. But really, all of those were all about voice. And in today's needs beyond 2020, voice itself is not enough to collaborate and to help us with our modern workspace. And we're very much about enabling the modern workspace. So therefore, it's our additional functions and features and facilities that really has defined Comms 4.0.
Great. So tell me, Saif, over the next 2-3 years, what are we likely to see from the SCB camp?
Yeah, absolutely. We have seen phenomenal growth, 100% year-on-year growth. We have done fantastic work, and I've seen exceptional growth within the mid-market and the enterprise within the US. That's become our main market now. And the reason why is because they really value the services, the capability around Teams and the functionality of Teams, the great customer service that we offer. So for all of those reasons, we see a lot more growth, if not the same, more over the next 2 to 3 years. And that really will propel SCB to be the leader within this space as an advanced Microsoft specialist in Teams. So I really feel that we have done exceptionally well up to now, but we have a lot more to go. And we are the leaders, I feel, in this space.
Great. Well, I think that's a great place to end today's discussion. Thank you so much, Saif, for joining me.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching. You've been watching me, David Dungay, on UC Today. If you like today's conversation, please give us a like and a share on social media. That's it for me. I'll see you next time.